All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1, and we are live. How you doing, friends? This is Ernie with the Trader of Futures, and also with our star product, our star service, PatternCast. And the reason why I mentioned PatternCast, particularly with today, we're talking about the Bitcoin dead cat bounce. And as you can see, I do have my my lower third with the proper stuff on it, but there is missing a little thing called a space between this and that. Hold on a second. I'll fix it. Dead cat bounce. There we go. There we go. Perfect. So today we're gonna talk a little bit about Bitcoin, where it is in this pattern, this bubble anatomy. And I've been talking about this, since I guess for a month now. It's since mid-June, where we had this blow-off top. I wasn't willing to commit to where that blow-off top would be. It could have gone to 100,000 for all I know. No one knows when you have an exponential move like that where it's going to go. But once it starts receding, then you can start talking about the bubble anatomy. And so my next move there was to say the next move would be an extreme pullback. Where that goes, again, is not any kind of hard and fast or certain calculation that you can do. You just don't know. But you know that it's going to happen, followed by a secondary high. Again, a lot of stuff can happen between those two things. Not a lot. I shouldn't say a lot. Some stuff will happen between those things, and it's hard to pinpoint, but when it happens, you'll know it after it happens. And so we experience the secondary high. Secondary highs typically will prove themselves after a few days, and that's what we got. And it's right over my shoulder here. You can see it right here. All right? Initial blow-off top, extreme pullback, secondary high. And then what have I been talking about after that? What have I said follows the secondary high? Come on. You know what it is. Say it. Say it. Speak it to me. It's the first initial dead cat bounce. All right, and so now that's what we have right now. We have this dead cat bounce right there. See, there it is. There's the dead cat bounce. And as I said, that dead cat bounce will reveal itself. I don't know where that low will be, but there will likely be a secondary dead cat bounce, followed by a tertiary dead cat bounce, and so on and so on. What will happen after that? That is a more difficult thing to predict. Will we wipe out all these gains? Typically, that's what happens. And we will move down below the long-term regression line. The long-term regression line, as I've pointed out in many other videos when I've analyzed the bubble that happened in 2017, the big one, is the long-term regression starting from the beginning of time up until now. Now, we can revisit that, but I think that we've seen that it's somewhere right now, that long-term regression line is going to be somewhere between 4,000 and 6,000. Let's say it's 5,000. So my prediction is that we will continue to move down, and at some point we will dip below that 5,000, because that's typically what happens. Then we will move up above it and then start moving sideways again. Getting ready for that next bubble. When will that be? Will it be in 6 months, a year and a half, 2 years, 10 years? Nobody really knows. Nobody knows. Nobody knows where the left sock goes. I mean, that is, if you can differentiate between your left and the right sock. But we all know that it is inevitable that one of your socks, the pairs of socks, will disappear somewhere between the washer and dryer and your hamper. Just will. There'll be a certain number of them over the years that will disappear, and they will never be found again. And you'll be left scratching your head wondering, where the fuck did that left sock go? And that's the wonderful thing about life, is that there is uncertainty. Just the way it is. You need to embrace it. That uncertainty is a wonderful thing. Really is. Uncertainty is a wonderful thing. If everything was certain in life, life would be damn boring. Sure would. Excuse me. So the one thing, though, that is certain, there are patterns that exist, and they're easy to pick off. You see them repeat over and over and over again. Patterns exist. Some of them we can see. They are explicit. They're right in front of our friggin' face. We can't miss them. Bubble patterns, the bubble anatomy is one of the easiest to spot. It reflects human behavior. It gets repeated over and over and over again. And when we see it, we just have to wait for it to reveal itself and say, yep, there's the blow off top. There's the major pullback. There's the secondary blow off top. There's the first dead cat bounce. Excuse me. Got something stuck in my throat. And coffee isn't helping. And then after that first initial dead cat bounce, we'll have a secondary, a tertiary, maybe another one after that. But usually what happens is it will dip below the long-term regression line. You would think that people watching this thing for some period of time would have gotten that by now. That's what happens. That's what happens in a bubble. We don't get an S-curve. We don't turn around and go to all-time new highs. No. It's pretty clear and plain and predictive pattern. Now, there are a lot of patterns. Now, okay, let me also... You have to look at patterns in a context, all right? While it may be true that a bubble can have or be fractal in nature, and what I mean by that is that there could be mini bubbles and major bubbles, bubbles that occur within a daily time frame or a yearly time frame. Or even within a minute time frame. But most of the bubbles that we experience are within, daily and weekly time frames, and they happen within that period. So the bubble itself, the realization of all its parts, typically happen over a period of weeks or months. So, at least if you go back and you look at the previous bubble, let's just go back and look. Let's just go back, go back, go back, go back. Previous bubble, 2017. Blow off top. Extreme pullback. Secondary top. All right, and then we have these sort of dead cat bounces. Boom, ba boom, ba boom. Another one, and another one. All right? Now we'll go back to present day. Blow off top. Secondary top. Ba-boom, ba-boom. We're in the ba-boom. We're not in the ba-boom, ba-boom, ba-boom yet. You also said Bitcoin won't go up at 7K. I never said that. I never said it won't do something. I always say that there's a high likelihood it will stay between this or that. It's just not true. I never say it won't do something. I've never put finality on any kind of potential event. Ever. Ever. So if you heard that, that's what you wanted to hear. Right? So we'll just dispense with that notion that I ever say something can't happen, won't happen, will only go between here and there. It just simply doesn't come out of my mouth. Never has, never will. Whether it's finance or just plain old life. Anything can happen. Anything. And you have to be prepared for anything. So one thing that we are working on right now, I've talked about PatternCast as a pattern recognition technology that we've developed that provides trader signals with Forex, futures, and stocks or equities. And that service is going fantastic. We've developed a relationship with one of the largest brokers in the world, including the parent company, Forex.com. And so we're working on some joint marketing things right now. And so PatternCast is going to start growing dramatically as we exercise that relationship. But one thing that we're doing is we're also looking at and acquiring the data for all the major cryptos, a sort of normalized data set that works across multiple exchanges. And we're going to apply the PatternCast technology to cryptos, so all the majors, Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, etc. And we will be offering a crypto-based PatternCast service that will be looking at patterns within a 4-day period. And this is going to be particularly good for those people that like to trade, day trade, or swing trade. It's essentially what it is. It's a day to swing trade, short swing trade service, signal service. And we will be able to unlock and uncover through the PatternCast pattern recognition technology patterns that most people cannot see. Actually, nobody can see it. You go back and you look at the PatternCast patterns that it finds, it's like, yeah, okay. It just gives you a bunch of gobbledygook and finds some pattern in reams and reams of data and says, this is likely to happen because it's happened 20, 30 times before with a high degree of certainty. So we're going to be offering that as a separate service apart from the regular PatternCast service. And if you're interested in it, go down below. There's a link down below right now that you can click in and express your interest. There's been a lot of people interested in it. We're very, very close to obtaining the data sets. That'll probably happen this week. And we'll probably be introducing, then we're going to do a little testing, then we'll probably introduce our first test signals next week. It's going to be fairly priced, particularly for people that are new. What do I mean by that? It's going to be fairly priced in the early stages of the operation. We'll offer a special price for people that commit for a year, and then another price, a good price, a fair price for people that want to do monthly. So we want to build up this service very quickly. The other side of the house, the futures and the Forex, are going to build up rapidly with this deal, this partnership that we have now. We're a sort of a preferred third-party advisor for this very large, one of the largest brokers in the country. And they are going to start marketing our stuff to their clients, as well as doing a joint marketing arrangement through their own marketing efforts, webinars, etc. I expect when that happens, we're going to be spending a lot of time building up that side of the business. But this Bitcoin business is going to be fantastic. It'll be all straight crypto calls. I think they will also apply to Bitcoin futures products, but we haven't tested that out, so I can't I cannot make any. Back to 5K subs. Yeah, I'm up to 5K. So what is that reference to? I had many times that number of subs back in 2018 until my identity was stolen, and then they deleted my YouTube channel. So I've had to start from scratch about a year ago, and so now I'm back up to 5K subs. But the problem with back then was that my entire internet existence was sort of wiped off the net, and so I lost all that connectivity. So it's been really tough building it back up. But hey, we're back up to 5K. Maybe we can start really moving up rapidly from here. And I expect to do that. So, again, if you're interested in the PatternCast Bitcoin or crypto, it's going to be crypto patterns, crypto signals. Go down below, click below. There's a form you can fill out, express your interest, and then we'll get you up to speed. We'll let you know as soon as that we have our product out and that it's viable, it meets our stamp of approval. So why would you want to, buy signals from us? I think the biggest reason is transparency and ethics. And also, it's a damn friggin' good product. It's one of the reasons why this broker, one of the largest brokers in the country, they're a futures and Forex broker, Forex.com. I mean, you don't get bigger than that. They chose to work with us because of those two things, our transparency and our ethics. And of course, the service is fucking kick-ass. That helps. That certainly helps. But they've gone over our website, our operations. They were actually in our trade room for the past, 4, 5, almost 6 months, scrutinizing everything that we did. And they liked it. And so, let me tell you, they have a lot on the line. Any broker has a lot on the line when they choose to partner with a third-party advisory, because that reflects directly on them. And so we take that very seriously. And so our number one thing is treating our customers right. Aren't you afraid that someone counter-trades your signals as soon as enough people joined? No, because we can track just about everything. And so we're not afraid of that at all. And besides, there's only that's a concern that everybody has, that someone will be able to take your trades and then just parrot them. And while we usually what we do is we give our signals the day before, so there's plenty of opportunity, I guess, for somebody to parrot them. But we're watching that very closely. And everybody, when you sign on with us, you're signing on with the understanding that these signals are private to you. So if that does happen, we will obviously remove that person immediately and proceed. I don't know if we would proceed with legal action or whatever. It depends on what the damage is. But right now we're too small for anybody to even try to do something like that, or even consider doing something like that. I'm not sure. It's just not going to happen. It's a concern, but very little concern. Besides, really what makes a service isn't just the signals. What makes a service, and what makes any kind of business, is the complete package. It is the transparency, the ethics that you exude, how you treat your customers, etc. So if someone's willing to try to duplicate that with the idea that they get found out and then their business goes to shit, then fine, go for it. It's a ridiculous notion. So here we are. We're on this first sort of dead cat bounce. I expect successive ones. I am looking for the first major stop probably to be under 8,000. As we can see right here. That's this major node right here. This is the volume profile. That is undoubtedly the first place that we're going to find some support and maybe some value and maybe a little jumping off point before we move lower. But ultimately, I think we're going right back down to in the 5,000 area. We could overshoot it all. Very possible to overshoot it all and go back down to 3,000 again. That's very possible. Mr. Singh, thank you very much for that. One way that you can help us get to 50,000 is by sharing this feed. It's not easy, getting out there. YouTube is very selective on who they allow to, how should I say, get on the referred list of videos, because that's one of the principal ways that you can reach other people. They put you on, referred videos, and we don't show up there that often. There are some tricks that we can pull to get up there, and we're working on that. So hopefully our growth will start improving over time. So of course, the quality of the content is important too. Not everybody wants to watch people talk about the demise of Bitcoin or talk about it not demise, but talk about it from a contrarian point of view. And I think that's the hardest thing to overcome. Most people do not want to hear a crypto contrarian. They just want people to tell them that it's going up forever and that you're going to get your share of Lambos and hoes. Calholy is asking, not even talking about Junto coin anymore. So I've talked about this at great length and many times, and it's basically the same story. There is nothing that has changed in regulatory posture that would allow me to come up with a solid business model for Junto coin, the business model that I've chosen yet. I mean, I haven't taken down the site. It's still there. I'm maintaining it. And I am still hopeful that someday that we'll be able to do that. But that's just the way it is. Should I sell now or buy later? I don't know how to answer that. Should I sell? I don't know what your position is, what you have, what your cost basis is, what all I can tell you is what I believe where things will happen. I would say, and I particularly wouldn't trade off of the anatomy of a bubble. I think that we're going to continue to go down. So I think shorting every rally right now, again, is coming into play. But quite frankly, I'm more interested in waiting for the crypto PatternCast signals that we'll be producing in the near future to take our trade guidance from. I think that will be a far more effective way to trade. Michael Goldman, how you doing? Ernie, what's up? All my millennial friends are in their feelings because crypto is down. I'm laughing out loud at them because I'm tired of being a contrarian voice. Yeah, they just don't understand. How can it go down now? It was going up. My future was just in front of me. I saw the Lambos and hoes. I could taste them. And then it just wipes it away. Well, if you want to sign up for a PatternCast, let's see. I'll go to the website right now. So currently, PatternCast is $199 a month. But if you wait until this week, there will be. I'm going to be doing a deal on that. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do that right now. No, wait till tomorrow. Wait till tomorrow, and there'll be a deal on that where you can get in at about $149 a month, and then once you get into that price, you're in there forever. But that's not for the Bitcoin or the crypto stuff. The crypto stuff, if that's what you're interested in, that'll be coming out within the next couple of weeks. And that's going to be a separate service, and it's going to be less money than that. So that's a monthly price. Our yearly is $17.50 for that. For that, you get futures, forex, and equity calls, and that's a big deal. That's a really full-fledged service. When we introduce the crypto, it's going to be some major cryptos, and it'll probably be around, I don't know, $50 a month or something like that. But we'll only offer it in a yearly, and then we'll have a very reduced rate. So 50, it'd be 500. We'll probably offer it at like $150 or $200 for an entire year of crypto calls, something on that order. I think that's what we've been talking about. So don't quote me on it yet. This is all just sort of up in the air. YouTube is definitely trying to kill itself. They lost 70 billion. Wow, 70 billion last year. Well, that's... Hold on. Hello. Hi. Oh, how you doing, man? Hey, hold on 1 second, okay? Caught me in the middle of a live show, so just 1 sec. No, this is more important. All right, thank you very much, guys. We're going to stop the stream right here. We'll pick it up tomorrow. There we go.